Hello, everyone. My name is William Hollis. I'm an associate librarian here at Mandel Public Library, and I would like to welcome you to another edition of Quick Tips, in which we provide technology tips and helpful resources that will hopefully benefit you both personally and professionally. For this edition, I would like to go over how to create a profile when applying for a city job. So with no further ado, we are going to go to the West Palm Beach website, wpb.org. That is where you can go to find out about all things regarding the city of West Palm Beach. But more specifically, we are going to focus on jobs. So as you can see in the top right-hand corner, we have a tab for jobs. We're going to click on that. And then you will see this page that says job opportunities. We are going to go down to I am a new candidate. That's if it applies to you. If you previously applied with the city of West Palm Beach, then you would probably already be familiar with this page. So for the purposes of this video, we are going to assume that we are a new candidate. So we're going to click on I am a new candidate. And then we don't have a profile yet, so we are going to click on this tab that says register today. Now also, if you wanted to just look at the jobs period, they have tabs here for new jobs in the last 7 days and then for all jobs that are available. So before we register, let's go ahead and take a look at the tab for the last 7 days. So when we click on the last 7 days, we will see the different postings that were posted in the last 7 days. And you'll see that they give a job description. You see the date that they were posted. These were posted September 14th, which is 2 days ago. So these are, pretty recent, obviously. Also too, if we wanted to expand this search, we can also click on this tab where it says last week. Let's say we wanted to expand it to the last 3 months. So we would click last 3 months and then click search. And then we scroll down and we'll see the job postings that have been listed in the last 3 months. So I just wanted to show you that, but what we are going to do is we're actually going to come out of here. We're going to come back to jobs. We're going to click on I am a new candidate. Now we just went over how to look at the job postings. Let's say you looked at that, you want to apply, but before you can do that, you need to register. So we click on this tab that says register today. And then we're going to put in the required information, first with the email. Again, we are using Mr. John Smith, Mr. John Q. Smith, actually. 60. That's our make-believe person, our make-believe profile that we are using so that we can set up a profile with the city of West Palm Beach for when we do our job search. So we're going to put in the last name Smith, first name John, and then we'll choose our password. Again, you wouldn't put in John Smith, of course. You would obviously put in your own first and last name and email address and then your own password. We are putting in the password that we've been using for that particular email address. So now we put in that information and we hit submit. And then we also see too that the password must contain at least 1 letter and 1 number. If you ever see that as far as it requiring a letter and a number, you can always just put the number 1 after whatever you type, for example. So let's try the password just with the number 1 at the end and see if it allows us. So we hit submit. Now, another thing, I wish I could say I did this on purpose, but the password for the city at least cannot contain repeating characters. In other words, if you chose Molly, it would be M-O-L-L-Y. The 2 L's are a repeating character. So a creative way that we can get around that actually is we can actually, for example, if it's 2 L's, you can put the number 1, you can put an exclamation point in place of the L. So we can break it up in any number of ways. So we will go ahead and do that. we'll just put a number in, you know, a number that is similar to a letter, and that's a way that we can get around it. So let's try that. We hit submit, and now we are registered. So once we've created an account, we are then able to, you know, add a resume if we need to. You'll fill out your information as needed. We've gone over this in previous videos, but if you needed to attach a resume, you can click choose file, and then you would click on the file and then click open. We're not going to actually attach it, but that's how we would add a resume. Let's say you don't have one right now. You would click no, I do not have a resume, and continue. And then you can fill in all of this information. Again, we're not going to go through all of the steps, but I just wanted you to see where it would, you know, where it would begin, how we would do that. Well, actually, you know what? We can put in some information. Let's go ahead and put in some information just to illustrate it. I wanted to get you to this point, but you know what? Why not? Why don't we go ahead and enter that information? So I'm going to put the library's address. You would obviously put down your own address, you know, your living address, your home address. So I'm going to put in the library's information. So that's not what that's doing. So now we're going to choose the state. We'll choose the county. See, so that's the state description. And actually, too, anytime you're filling out an application, you only need to fill in the fields with an asterisk next to it. Those are the fields that are mandatory. So we put in that information. We'll put in a phone number. If you wanted to claim veterans preference, this is where you would attach a copy of your DD-214 if you're a veteran. If not, we can just click next. And let's see if that, if we did everything that we need to do. So we would just click next. Oh, okay, for the county. So we want to make sure we do this correctly. So I'm going to put in Palm Beach. They ask for the county. So I put in the county. We click next. And then it asks you to put in your, you know, degree, your skills, and things of that nature. And we'll stop here because I don't want to make up too much. I just wanted to get you to this point so that you see what to do. But for here, you would put in your highest grade completed, you know, whether it's a high school diploma, whether it's college. You would go ahead and add in those establishments, you know, any other qualifications, your skills, and then your employment history. So you would enter that in for yourself. Now, if you ever need assistance with that, you can obviously contact us here at the library. We do provide resume help. So that also, you know, applications would fall under that. You can reach me at whollis, Hollis, at wpbcitylibrary.org. And you can always contact us. So we are, you know, we're gradually opening up, but we do still provide virtual services as well. So that has been another edition of Quick Tips for how to get started with a city application, or at least a city profile, I should say. You fill out your profile with the city of West Palm Beach so that you can then apply for positions within the city. So thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you next time.